Just had a long day at work, sitting at my desk, ready to walk home. Can't wait to boot up my phone on my boring stroll. Jump into some AR goodness, see my little buddies. Gotta catch 'em all, keeping my soul alive. Just a wage slave by day, but a master at night. I log into my favorite app, see my Pikachu waving at me. What is that beside my best buddy? The way Lord update, nobody asked for. Hit with the ugly stick of, oh my God, what is that? Hey, hey, Pokemon Go, hack yourself. Now you can look as ugly in the game as you are in real life. Hey, you got no shape and your crotch is 2 feet long. What the hell is this pilot done? I think I'll carve my eyes out with a knife. Standing looking at this new abomination, ready to toss my phone. There they go again, making dumb decisions. I just wanna catch my gosh dang Caterpie's been playing since 2016. This might finally break my Pokemon spree. Hey, 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 Pokemon Go, hack yourself. Now you can look as ugly in the game as you are in real life. Hey, you got no shape and your crotch is 2 feet long. What the hell is this pilot done? I think I'll carve my eyes out with a knife. Hey, hey, Pokemon Go, hack yourself. Now you can look as ugly in the game as you are in real life.
Only 9 years old, innocent eyes, watching stories unfold. Pokemon battles, adventure and pride, till the truth was twisted and my innocence died. Lost in translation, they twisted the truth. A rice ball to jelly, they shattered my youth. No more deception, I'll fight till the end. Against localizers, I'll never bend. They thought we ignored, but we saw through their lies, couldn't take it no more. Authentic voices silenced and betrayed. The changes can wash the essence away. Lost in translation, they twisted the truth. A rice bowl to jelly, they shattered my youth. No more deception, I'll fight till the end. Against localizers, I'll never bend. Thinking they reign, but they despise the anime domain. They think they have power, they think they know best, but the Disney for the art reveals they're just pests. Rise up, the words aren't the same. Stand tall, stand firm, it's us they blame. They take away the blood, the meaning, the culture. Fuck the patriarchy, cries the lonely vulture. Lost in translation, they twisted the truth. A rice ball to jelly, they shattered my youth. No more deception, I'll fight till the end. Against localizers, I'll never bend. The battle is raging, but our hope beckons. AI is coming, translating in seconds. From 9 years old, the fire ignites. Against the lies, I stand and fight.
me, but I'd be fine if Senpai didn't notice me. A chef detective serving up cold facts, yes sir. Got the aggro management on my aggressors. No time for you culture vultures. Too busy looting up my favorite professors. Got that moo cringe right food, worshiping my waifu. Rather spend my time painting holo licking ice cream. Now we investigating an international crime scene. Rather simp on my sensei. All you crazy cat ladies getting in my way. Committing war crimes and rim worlds on the back burner. Now I gotta be a goddamn researcher. This timeline got a little wacky. Rather get a fancy isekai. Take me to the sky, wipe my mind, set me free. Be my slime girl queen, let me be man kissing your dreams. I'm just a basement dwelling meme. Dwelling meme. I'm a shadow fax machine, spitting papers full of facts. Spread the word, got a normie husband who accepts my otaku. But online they all say literally who. Professional question asker at your surface. I read hentai for the plot, don't wanna deal with you. Catch my thread on X, censorship, my favorite subject. This timeline got a little wacky. Rather get a fancy isekai. Take me to the sky, wipe my mind, set me free. Get my slime girl queen, let me be man kissing your dreams. I'm just a basement dwelling meme. Being told how to write, hitting told what to read, what to watch. Why are my imports feeling written? And in the USA, ain't none of this is what the characters say. Translate, screw your localization. Now I gotta put all these lies on display. Can't make my tier list, not when these scammers exist. This timeline got a little wacky. Rather get a fancy isekai. Take me to the sky, wipe my mind, set me free. Get my slime girl queen, let me be man kissing your dreams. I'm just a basement dwelling meme. Pig, 2D pure, just try to catch them all. The losers built like blasters, got a super effective move. Snowflake your sensor, now Lara Croft's assets got removed. These big content companies can have a pretty pro tag. Give the gamers what they want, fan service approved. Jango Face is still the best. JRPG's not the West. Rather spend my time painting holo licking ice cream. Now we investigating an international crime scene. Rather simp on my sensei. All you crazy cat ladies getting in my way. Committing war crimes and rim worlds on the back burner. Now I gotta be a goddamn researcher. This timeline got a little wacky. Rather get a fancy isekai. Take me to the sky, wipe my mind, set me free. Get my slime girl queen, let me be man kissing your dreams. I'm just a basement dwelling meme. Just a basement dwelling meme. Hey Pumas, please put Guzma in the lodge. I know he's a bit of a coconut head. Even by noon he's still in bed. But he's a boy Guzma, and he's not sus at all. Put the coconut head in the lodge. Share a cup of hot chocolate with my boy. He's all island meat, no soy. Just wanna sit by the fire with my Guzma, please don't break that. Look, I know he's not perfect. Never got that first place award. And when anyone talks, he's really bored. Maybe he's a little rude, but he's number one in my heart. Put the coconut head in the lodge. Share a cup of hot chocolate with my boy. He's all island meat, no soy. Just wanna sit by the fire with my Guzma, I'm being serious. Please don't break that. He's had a rough life. Not the biggest fan of golf or rules. He thinks traditions make everyone fools. Guzma's our rebel bleach blonde bug boy, but he makes such a good first impression. Put the coconut head in the lodge. Share a cup of hot chocolate with my boy. He's all island meat, no soy. Just wanna sit by the fire with my Guzma, I'm trying to help you out, but if you destroy the lodge, Guzma, please!
I hope you guys enjoyed that. I literally just went live for myself today. I really just wanted that song to be a thing. And I'm not sorry. I don't care. Whatever. You know, you're all here in my world. I am now look at me. I am now Todd Howard. You are living in my world, and my God, it just works. To the individuals who are speculating about what would be upon my head today, I fooled you all. We've got mushroom top today. I didn't feel like doing shit with my hair, so this is just where we're at. I don't know where this is gonna end up by the end of this, because I'm a bobblehead, so we'll just see. We'll see. If everybody, we do have an important announcement to make today. Today, very, very, very important, is happy birthday to Porky. Say happy birthday, chat, to Mad Master Porky. This individual has been around from like day one of me memeing hard, and they're still sticking out the memes. So fucking happy birthday. Congratulations. New high score. Your evacuation of the womb was a success, and now it is your birthday. Yay! What is the abomination that's on your head? That's all my hair. I fucking hate it, but I'm too lazy to cut it now. So this is just what I'm gonna look like today, and if people want to make fun of that, I clearly don't give a shit. Oh man. How's everybody doing today? I hope freaking fantastic. We've got some crazy for everybody to talk about. Savvy has a second bush. I'm gonna defeat these allegations. Last time I saw Savvy, she was furious with a red demon face yelling about issues. Well, that's what we're gonna continue doing today because that's what I do. That is what I am, I guess, known for. I am insane. Holy shit. I just want to try to make this a little bit smaller. Thank you so much. Hold up. We got another one to say hello to. Grumpy Rat 10, thank you so much for joining the membership HR crew. Please enjoy all those wonderful emotes. And Master Gawa, member for 1 month. I think this is the renewal. You said we could start with Blackwell Epiphany trailer next. Happy birthday, Porky, and well wishes to Madam Savvy. This is true. I did say that. I did say that. This is why I need some. This is why. All right, look, there's a wonderful individual who reminds me on days when things are happening what day it is. He always tells me when Monday is. Like, I don't pay the guy. He just does it. And I've been infinitely, I'm not even joking. My productivity has actually increased because I no longer have a reason to avoid the days because there is literally public proof. If you'll notice, I no longer tweet that I don't know what day it is whenever he texts me this, or not texts me, but puts it on the Twitters. So that's very cool. Very cool. Let's see here. YouTube.com. And what is this? The Black Whale Epiphany trailer. Black Whale Epiphany, no, trailer. Here we go. That's what we want. When are you going to do a Dustborn speedrun? My health is bad enough. It's bad enough, damn it. Holy shit. Sycamore and Guzma, both together in the same scene. One of them in a vulnerable and submissive position. Don't care which one. Wow, we started this off really gay. That's fine, though. So this is a 10-year-old trailer that looks to be about minutes and 21 seconds. Oh, there's a 45-second one. They both have different thumbnails. So I'm assuming, oh, you know what? This probably just has a bunch of, all right, we're going to do this one, I think. Oh, they're about the same. Okay, this one just is more to the point. I appreciate it. This is terrible. I'm sick now. Oh, shit, I infected you. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. Happy birthday. Sycamore does not equal Trudeau. Look, listen. We're going to put this to bed right now, all right? Trudeau is about 50 pounds heavier than Sycamore. Trudeau can grow a beard. Trudeau is not intelligent. Sycamore is. First names, very different. Augustine, beautiful, French sounding. Has fun nicknames from Augie, August, whatever is going to be the name of my firstborn son. Yes, I managed to get my husband to agree to naming our son Augustine. That's right. That's fucking right. That's how crazy I fucking am. Y'all think I'm crazy. Justin, not French. Justin is bleh, rolls off the tongue like cat vomit. Sorry to any Justins out there. I just have to say this to make a point. Savvy coping with her desires. You stop that. Savvy huffing on the copium. But she is right about Trudeau not being smart. That's right. That's right. I just can't believe this. Yeah, so we've already picked out the baby names of our future children, assuming we have one of each. Shockingly, one of them is named after nerdy shit. The other is named after nerdy shit, but in a different way. My favorite kind of plum. So that's fun. If we end up having more than two or one of each, or if we have 2 boys or 2 girls, well, if we have 2 girls, I'm not gonna be happy. I only want boys, but my husband wants girls. So I just said then we'll meet in the middle and hope for a 50-50 split. So whatever happens. I noticed you made Sycamore hair more brown than black to distinguish him from Trudeau. No. Okay, so the picture that I put up last night, all right, before we watch the trailer. So I did a sketch last night. I understand the confusion because I used a blue shirt. Muscle memory. But the hair was actually inspired by my husband because I had done his hair. And so he naturally has wavy hair, but on occasions he'll let me play with it and straighten it and whatever. And it looks really good when it's straight. He looks more like a skater boy or whatever, especially when the next day after he slept on it. But I had gotten the perfect flow over, and I was like, damn, homie. And then I just had to draw it. So and then it just kind of devolved from there. So yeah. Hello, everybody, though. All right, let's watch this trailer. Oh, you can't see it because I keep cutting off the side here so that way things fit. All right. See if there we go. Whoop. All right. So this is the Blackwell Epiphany trailer.
Nothing. Just a gust of wind. I don't know what to do. Just get up.
This is good pixel art.
Get up and we'll fix this. It's all my fault. This one's on me.
So you're a ghost
Maybe
detective.
I deserve it, but you certainly don't.
You were supposed to help us!
I'm sorry.
Goddamn. That is a really good trailer, actually. So this is actually a fascinating thing. So this alone has got me so interested in the story. Like, what the fuck happened? This environmental storytelling too, so beautiful. And the simplicity of it allows your imagination to fill things in. So in this scene alone, there is a moment of familiarity, yet it is still distant in a way. Everybody knows a stone building with one of these big placards. Maybe it's a government building. Maybe it's a church. Maybe it's something that you've walked by before. And so this elicits kind of like a little jolt of intrigue. But this blocks it. And so it's obscuring the fact that these are blurred words, but it's letting your mind fill things in. And when you have hyper-realistic graphics, like in the newest trailers and with a lot of American games and things like that, you lose the suspension of disbelief and your imagination no longer gets to kick in. There are things in this scene that allow my mind to fill it in. So internally, I'm seeing things in more detail than what is being presented to me. And that's part of the joy of actually getting to play through pixel games. When we all played Pokemon when we were younger, we were envisioning beautiful and insane battles full of sparks and colors and fire and explosions. Bam! Oh my God, that's why we all fucking love it. And then when we get to the modern day games and it's just 3D model goes off screen, flick of light comes back to static pose, you're like, man. Because you're seeing it in a 3D space. You're seeing something where there should be contact when you use Iron Claw, when you use fucking First Impression, when you use Liquidation, when you use fucking Dynamax Cannon. You have certain things, certain expectations in a 3D space because there's no longer a suspension of disbelief. And so it's just fucking sad. It's very sad. It's very sad. They don't encourage imagination anymore. I really like this, though. Same with this. Like, this... Look at how much environmental storytelling. Ignore what the characters are doing. This is a sad, bleak basement. There's storage here. Things are empty. There's extra furniture, but there's nothing inside of it. So you don't really know if the furniture was extra, if there's anything upstairs. There's some pallets here. There's wood. Like, this is interesting to me. Mastigawa, thank you for the vibe. The 1 minute 21 second trailer is even better. Try that one too, please. You play Rosa and her ghost friend. So there is a difference between the trailers. Here we go. We'll give IGN a view from a 10-year-old video. That's fine. Oh, man. Yeah, my hair's gonna be bobbling today. Get excited.
We were all so lost.
Oh, it is different.
All of us searching for that elusive something.
Holy shit. I mean, look at the environmental storytelling.
All this was the price.
Ah, Cracks in the Sky are some of my favorite.
Idea what you've done.
God, I'm tired.
The hours might be terrible, but look at all the interesting people you meet. Well, former people anyway.
You do good. That's what I heard. You always help.
How'd she get up there?
Red and I have a bond. We gotta stick together. Where she goes, I go.
Do you know what happened to Auntie, to my grandmother? They both went insane.
There's gotta be a way to fix this.
You think I wanted this to happen? People dying, souls torn apart?
Literally.
What on earth could be worth all this?
Things are bad out there.
Yeah, the pixel
So bad, I'm
animation's
not
really
sure we
good.
can stop it. But we gotta try.
That was good.
I've always known I was here for a reason.
I like that. And I like a little bit of emotion into it. This is very nice. We have a Riku at home. Oh god. Yeah, that's me. I'm the Riku at home, the flat-chested version. But no, I think that it's gonna be a good playthrough when I finally fucking get around to it. I swear to god I will. So to update, so last night I'm watching the vice presidential debates, and this past couple of days have been pretty intense with the discourse around localization, censorship, and things like that. I have decided to condense 8 months worth of research down, which is something that I was already sort of working on, but now I'm going to be doing it even further and making a much more professional looking document in the hopes of possibly passing it along. And I might be doing something this weekend. I haven't fully decided or worked out the logistics because it is a bit of a drive, but I do have an RSVP to something that's happening this weekend. Something a little bit big involving politics. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm obviously procrastinating on writing the document, which is why I decided to go live. But, yeah. Breaking report. Harris team reportedly requesting a second debate following disastrous performance by Walls. She was demanding one after turning down additional debates already. So if they're doing that again, they're dumb and silly and whatever. I don't care. Last night though, Walls definitely said one thing. So I'm really chill. Like, I love watching politicians, regardless of party, regardless of whatever, just debate. I love debates, and I think that overall we had really good actual debating last night, which I miss. I miss that because I just love watching people debate. I'll go on like scholarly things. And just look at random debates. It's just fun for me, right? But Walls said something last night that absolutely pissed me off to no fucking end because it was the most willfully ignorant thing to say, to put out there. And it was incredibly offensive to me. I'm not going to get into the specifics. I don't think it fucking matters. But it's basically just encouraged me to actually work a little bit harder towards what I believe in. And I'm very sincere about, I don't care what politician is willing to sit down with me. It's just if somebody is willing to look at the research that I've done and look at the things that I've compiled in regards to international censorship and the way that American businesses are basically destroying the world, awesome. So we'll see what happens. The coconut, I have an affinity for coconut. Thank you so much for gifting 1 channel membership. Very sweet of you. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll kind of see what happens. I'm not obviously expecting anything, but you got to shoot your shot and you got to try. So we'll see. I might be getting out into the sun. Very, very weird. You're interviewing Trudeau. I mean, Sycamore. Dude, if I could talk to Trudeau, I would legitimately tell him to button his fucking shirt. I would tell him to button his shirt, shave his head, and put on about 50 pounds so that way I can finally get away from this. He'd be confused, and I don't care. Now, I did want to jump into a little article. So I upgraded my Twitter account because I'm really tired of of the of not being able to do more than 4 pictures in a post. I actually hate threads. I understand that I suppose people like to pick and choose and organize information or whatever, but I'm such an info person, or I'm such a graphic person that, you know, I want to put more than 4 images relating to a paragraph. Yes! Thank you so much for the 10. Oh my God, Savvy's going to show Trump her bush this weekend. If by bush you mean research, yeah. Psychotic Mongoose, thank you so much for gifting 1 channel membership. I really appreciate it. And I hope whoever gets it is very lucky and has a fantastic time with all the emotes. God damn it. So, after the HR basement, I think this was, actually no, it was Tuesday. It was yesterday. It was yesterday morning. I had a 3-hour public back and forth with the president of Hi-REZ. Now, I initially made a tweet that was very much so my standard tirade against American businesses. And I said, take a pay cut, have some honor, fuck you, basically, right? And he responded to me. The president of Hi-REZ Studio, which is the publisher of Smite, they're working on Smite 2 and several other games, Paladins. He put out a thing saying that they had to have a certain number of layoffs because they're restructuring the company and working towards efficiency and things like that. So I put that out, and that ended up getting more views and likes than when I retweeted his initial response to me, and then of course the article. So I wanted to go over this in a stream, and I am just going to read basically what I wrote and then some of what he said. I'm not going to comment too much on it because I don't want to interpret the words given I've put this out in article format, but I do obviously have opinions on certain things. But we aren't going to dive too deep in whether or not it actually means, is this a W, is this an L in terms of the things that I ask, because I don't think it's either of those things. I think that it's actually being able to understand what they're willing to say publicly right now, because what they're willing to say publicly right now is vastly different from what they would have said several years ago. And I think that that's important to pay attention to. Again, this is a president of a company. This isn't the CEO. He was a VP who was promoted into president, and then he's been asked to basically, you could be fired at a moment's notice. Nobody cry for that, of course, and he acknowledges that. He's more concerned about the fact that they did have to lay off a certain number of people, but that ties into a thing that we talk about often here. Darth Gavel, thank you so much for the 2. Into the sun. But what about your hemophilia? My solar urticaria. My solar urticaria is the thing that prevents me from going out into the sun, which is an allergic reaction to UV radiation, which means I also can't get my nails did with the fancy things, but that's fine because my nails are fucking adamantium levels of strong. I don't know why bitches gotta keep doing fake nails and gel nails and shit like this. My shit never breaks. It's actually really frustrating. If I don't cut them every week, they get really fucking long. Normally for October, I actually grow out claws, but because I'm typing so much, I don't feel like dealing with it. I'm also typing on a tiny fucking fold, and my nails make fuck on that, so I can't do it. Vampire, I really am. So, what started as my traditional lambasting of American upper management quickly turned into a fruitful conversation. Not only was I wrong in my initial statements about pay cuts and bonuses, but he took the time to answer questions publicly, to clarify some misunderstandings, and offer more insight into the structure of the company. In his first response to me, he clarifies that he has indeed taken pay cuts, some leadership has been slashed, bloat positions were identified, and that he could be made to step aside and willingly agrees to at any moment without severance. So I don't know what FWLIW means. Let me go look it up real quick. I'm really, really bad with acronyms. You would think that that's something that I could remember, but I don't know. Okay, so it means for what little it's worth. I was gonna say, if that's copyrighted, that's retarded, but that's just acronym finder. But yeah, so I'm really bad whenever there's any of that, because I try to attribute everything to science because it was beaten into me during college. Yeah. Yes, I'm wearing sleepy time pants. Golden Nugget, thank you for the squiggly too. Savvy is a wonderful human being. Spider behind you. I will smack a bitch. And I'm looking at my camera, not to check if there's a spider, but just looking. So he says, I took a very substantial pay cut. I'm making the same salary now as I was when I started the company in 2008, when we were a startup and I was VP of operations. Inflation adjusted, That is much less than I was making in 2008, and I had below market salary in 2008. A significant percent of the company makes higher salary than I do. I felt it was performative to include items like that in my original note, and still do not like doing it, but I also don't want misinformation to spread that may reflect poorly on the company. This is in direct response to my initial tweet, quote tweeting him saying, take a pay cut, have some honor. Some leadership has been affected in the layoffs, so that means upper management or something. He did not answer my follow-up question asking what type, as well as any so-called bloat we could identify. Bloat could mean different things to different people, so because obviously he's not going to say, hey, we specifically cut this specific role. In his initial tweet, he said that the marketing team was heavily influenced by this, as well as some of the other studios, or I guess segments of the business that they have. I haven't had a bonus since 2021. Don't cry for me. That's certainly not the purpose of this. I've done well through other companies and earlier at Hi-REZ and have had a long career. I think that like people will frown on this, but it's just a fact. And I think that it's really important to actually share this kind of thing because we know through purchases that others are actively getting bonuses. So when somebody doesn't get a bonus, I think that that's important to know because it kind of shifts the conversation a little bit and it stops being a total trend of the industry. And he could either be an outlier or maybe there's more. And that's important, at least to me, when you're talking about the whole of a company. I am the president of the company, not the CEO, and I can be fired at a moment's notice with zero notice or severance. In addition, I have a standing offer to my boss and to the board to resign the second I am asked. In the meantime, I will do my best to help us through troubled waters. As we say down in the South, have a blessed day. I don't want to make this about me. I'm much more concerned about the others that are impacted. I then asked about corporate workplace environment based on their website, inquiring about mandatory training listed under the diversity part of their website, which he clarified only state or country mandated training courses and later says that it helps with the legal side of things to avoid lawsuit. They intend to update the website to clarify this language, and I'll show you guys in a second what I'm talking about. Quarterly mandated training would definitely be a huge waste. So I'm curious where we say that so we can reword or fix it. We have a limited amount of mandatory training, but only what is required by law or effectively required by law due to lawsuit risk and made mandatory by our lawyers, such as some anti-harassment training, etc. So talk to the government about that. And that is not very time consuming. We also have a training reimbursement program for people trying to grow new skills that are relevant to their profession, but that is not mandatory. And part of the deal is that they stay productive in the job throughout the process. So this second half of the tweet is kind of really cool because a lot of people don't actually know this, but many companies will actually pay for your education. It may have just been in the packet that you get when you first get hired, but a bunch of companies do this. If you take training courses, certification courses, offer to go back to college, some companies will pay for it because they get a deal through the government. And sometimes they will either pay for part of it or all of it. Many times they do pay for all of it, but again, it has to be relevant to your field or to the job promotion that you're being considered for or asking for, that kind of thing. My husband is actually in the process of having that conversation at work as well. It happens across all fields, not just in the gaming. So I want to show you guys, though, the Hi-REZ diversity page. Here we go. So if we come over Mya, this is what I showed him that he did not know, reject all, he did not know was a thing. So under their, so this is the official Hi-REZ webpage. We're all about gamers under their diversity and inclusion for all. He did not know that the website said this. It's not a president's job to monitor a website. What they do is they hire somebody to keep up with it. If we go look at press, however, their last update for this was 2022, despite having the beta. So I don't know why that hasn't been updated. So either they wrote this a while ago, which we're going to touch on why that's also an important thing to note. But also, I don't think that the website dude is working for them anymore because they've had some big news and that's not a thing. So comes down here, our commitment, what we're doing as a studio. We have long been an ally in the fight to combat the norm in the video game industry by offering the following: Pride celebrations and in-game representation, MLK observation and volunteering, International Women's Day celebration, continuously widening our talent diversity, and this one, quarterly online training. We believe we must actively combat negative workplace mindsets. To this end, we offer mandatory quarterly training on topics such as preventing discrimination and harassment, diversity and inclusion, unconscious bias, and microaggressions. This specifically states mandatory quarterly training. The president of the company says that we only do what is required by law or effectively required by law due to lawsuit risk. This is for Hi-REZ. This is for the people who make Smite. So, why is this such an important discrepancy that has been pointed out? Because it's all bullshit. Everything on this page is bullshit. It is there to sound good. It does not reflect company practice. It does not reflect the legal requirements. However, the fact that there are legal requirements, which we've all known about, is interesting. And those legal requirements continue to grow constantly. Internationally, you also have to have these things to help with the risk of lawsuit. The UK, for instance, requires an insane amount of dumb fucking mandatory training. That is Bridge. Exactly. This is part of Bridge. So by constantly having HR down your throat and these mandatory trainings and allowing these things to happen because of an overcorrection due to workplace sexual harassment, which really hasn't realistically been that fucking bad, we are wasting time, we are wasting money, and we are bringing down productivity. Keep in mind, they have had to lay off people. And so as he's explaining these things, keep these things in mind. They are struggling despite launching the beta for Smite 2, despite initially people being really excited for it, but it's only gone downhill since. Keep all of that in mind while we read this. His words are important for more reason than one. So I showed him here. That is interesting. Thank you for this. The location of the information is on this page. I see a lot of text, blah, blah, blah. So I appreciate that transparency and that honesty, and it does also give us more places to look into things. Given the overhaul in their workplace, I inquired about a change in company value and a different approach to initiatives. This was my attempt to softly introduce the rise of DEI initiatives, but he brought up HR and how he feels about some of the things that they do. Choices were made during COVID and ZERP, which is the zero interest rate policy time. That led to some otherwise well-intentioned programs being made less sustainable. Keep these things in mind. This was such a spicy thing. This was so spicy to me. So during COVID, what did we see? A rise of DEI initiatives. He doesn't have to outright say it to be able to draw the conclusions that he's talking about. Now, he may not have wanted that, but that is what happened. He says, I'm not a big fan of written corporate values, but at some point, as you grow the HR department, the HR department really wants them. As far as those things go, I think pragmatic, relentless, humble, scientific, entrepreneurial, and fearless still stand up pretty well and reflect what you need to try to do well in live service, especially, which is definitely relentless. The whole labor market in the games industry went pretty off the rails during ZERP and COVID. I think some things probably happened across the industry then that were well-intentioned, but made the industry a little less sustainable and efficient over the long haul. And we probably got caught up in some of those things trying to stay competitive in the labor market. He's right. He's absolutely right. He doesn't have to come out and say things specifically to understand between the lines. And that's not getting political. That's just being honest about the state of the business industry right now. All business in America, and the way that that has influenced the entire world. I think what he's done here, though, is he's formulating an argument that is kind of saying we done goofed because we got caught up in rhetoric that sounded really fucking good. And that's what happens to a lot of people when it comes to DEI. That's how DEI and ESG infected the average working individual or led to people being pushed out who disagreed with it. Because it's like, how can you disagree with something that sounds so good? How could you be against something that sounds appealing? Why would you not want joy, for instance? I'm just saying there's a play on words that happens, and it's very specific. In effort to be more direct, I asked about regulations and financial incentives compelling DEI practice, and if he's noticed a difference in performance or morale, as there is a very heavy connection to HR and DEI. While I did not get a direct answer on financial or regulatory incentives, he did reply about the politics of it all being excessive on both sides, which I agree with. He offers his thoughts on why he believes being mindful of diversity is important, which this is now where I would disagree, but does clarify they do not have a separate department for DEI and isn't a fan of a separate department practice. Mr. Stewart believes there should be a balance in life, but sometimes it's hard to see it first until you swing past it. I really, really appreciated actually his thing at the end. So I'm very much so a middle of the road individual. I do actually believe that the DEI, there is now today, obviously, a lot of discussion that goes to an extreme. Some people are super hypersensitive and will attribute things that aren't necessarily DEI to DEI, but that is much less common than the people screeching about DEI and how important it is and fuck meritocracy and all of that stuff. Fuck those people. Fuck the extremes, but there is an imbalance on which side is more extreme than the other. Us normal people just want video games to be cool. That's it. That's it. Oh God, there's some good information and some paragraphs in chat. Oh, I love reading paragraphs, but I have to stay on point. Otherwise, we'll never get through this. So I'm sorry, chat, but I will be scrolling through this stuff. I always look at comments after I'm done being live too. So anything that I miss, I have gone back and looked stuff up. Jesus Christ, this hornet's nest on my head. Huh. Yeah, normal is used very loosely, at least in regards to me. It's okay, but when I look like a normal person, that's when we got a problem, all right? And we all know that. We all know that. So this is, again, referring back to DEI practices and things like that. He says, I don't think it's that complicated, and I don't think it should be politicized as much as it has on both sides. Identity politics is way overdone on all sides. It just takes form in different ways, but this is his way of saying, of acknowledging that perhaps maybe it's gone too far, and that does include the side pushing DEI. Being mindful of the advantages of diversity to a team is helpful when hiring. It's not. And you should make sure you aren't systematically discriminating against any race or sex or other group. This line right here will get him canceled, by the way, by the left, because he says any. There are a lot of people who would rather white people are excluded despite not making up a majority of the fucking market. It's insane how actually uneducated these people are. And I think having some sensitivity to that is healthy. And he's right. You should be a little bit sensitive to some problems. But the problem doesn't necessarily mean lower your standards to solve it. It should just mean, well, why do we see demographic differences in who is taking up certain jobs? Why is that happening? And is it coming from a negative place? 90% of the time today, it's not. It is no longer coming from a negative place. Today, the reason why you have lower demographics going for certain job positions is just simply because the demographic isn't fucking interested in that fucking job position. Holy shit, that's insane! Whoa! We don't need more women in gaming. The women who want to be in gaming are already there. By pushing the fact that we need more women in gaming, you're giving them a fucking false torch of this person's important. We need to raise them up regardless of how they feel. That's how we end up with so many hateful fucking people in positions that shouldn't be fucking hateful. It's so silly to me. I said I wasn't going to go off. At the same time, you should hire the best person for each job. There's a mocap person who would disagree with you, and not have arbitrary quotas or other such things. This goes against the ESG, and you can definitely swing the pendulum too far in the other direction, which is what's happening. I'm not a fan of a separate department for DEI. We never had that. But being aware of issues in the area and the potential for discrimination is healthy. And I agree. You could have that. But he gives us a little reason on why. So he's got some guilt here. He's got that programmable guilt. I grew up in Alabama in the 70s, so I'm very aware of how systems can be rigged against groups. Like everything in life, you know there's a balance. You tend to see it when you swing past it. I think that that's actually a beautiful quote. I really, really like this part because it's very true. Sometimes we do all, and you can apply this to anything. You can absolutely apply this to anything. When you get into something, sometimes you could be too obsessed with something and you swing past the healthy middle ground, and you don't see that healthy middle ground until you've swung past it, because then as a human, you have to look back and say, damn, I took this too far. And being able to do that, being able to have that self-awareness is super important. This can apply for literally anything. Breathe, you'll end up on a 72-hour hold. I don't know what that means. I brought the conversation back to HR, asking about their influence on company choice. He believes Hi-REZ has a good balance of DEI, company value, in their HR department. He goes on to say that despite the arguments he may have with them, a good leader should recognize when to listen to HR and implement their suggestions. He is not a fan of the political aspect of the way the conversation can devolve online, however. I think we're past the point where nuanced discussion is possible on Twitter. Boots on the ground, I think we struck a very reasonable balance with the things like DEI. And the corporate values we defined have been useful to communicate to new employees how important things like being humble, pragmatic, and relentless are to trying to succeed in the live service segment, which is an incredibly hard segment to compete in for anyone and has always been. Having anti-discrimination and anti-harassment training is useful and doesn't take long, even if it makes your head explode with the common sense of it at some point. I love that line because everybody fucking hates it. Literally fucking everyone, but you have to have it because people have allowed themselves to be bullied into believing they have to have it. Otherwise, you could have a lawsuit on your hand, which is fucking frivolous and it's stupid and it's a waste of everyone's fucking time. But it's a way for lawyers to get more fucking money. And it does help legally, especially since we have employees across the world and nation and thus have to comply with labor laws everywhere. This isn't just an American problem, it's a really, really big problem in the UK as well. You should see the amount of bullshit time is wasted on dumb shit like this. I have lots of arguments with my HR staff, and when I say I don't care what you think, do it this other way, that's what we do. And that happens a lot more than they would like. But we have good people in that area, and I've learned it's often very smart to listen to them, even if their suggestions initially are against my instinct. I think that's part of what leaders should do. You just had to have an undisclosed number of layoffs, dude. Maybe you should just be doing what you want to do. You seem to be really fucking down to earth. You don't ask for bonuses. You took a pay cut. You told the board that you were willing to step aside at a moment's notice. What the fuck is HR gonna provide? Look what HR has done for you. You had to have layoffs. You put this bullshit on a website and you didn't even know it was there and it was completely wrong. All of that language is HR mandated. It's not what you want. It's not the choice you would make. Make better choices, dude. Listen to your fucking gut. We've made a lot of mistakes over the years, big and small. I'm not saying we didn't make any mistakes in those areas, and I think the attempt to make everything fit into the narrative as a root cause is disingenuous and reflective of my point above about this being over-politicized. I didn't bring up politics. I just wanted kind of a down-to-earth conversation, which is what we're having. But at no point did I bring up left or right. All I said was, this is an initiative that's come across the board and we've seen a pattern of behavior. And now you're suffering from that pattern of behavior. Marker Reality, thank you so much for the 5. Holy crap, she's back and dressed like Jane Fonda. Hey, what's wrong with lawyers making extra money? Technically nothing, except for when they waste everyone's time. Thank you so much, Stormborn, for gifting 10 memberships. Everybody, please enjoy. I hope that you have fun with the emotes, and I swear there's going to be more benefits at some point. I should probably make the alerts a little bit smaller. I just realized how big that really is. There we go. Here, we'll put that in the box. That works. It kind of works. It'll be a thing. We'll tone this down. Although I think you'll be able to hear an echo through my mic. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway. To wrap up the conversation, I asked about any influence investors like Tencent may have, which Tencent is a silent investor for them. They are apparently the only one, but I thought that I saw others listed, but he basically makes it seem like he says that they're the only one. So that the information that I went and found on some of the other ones was completely useless, but the Tencent one was the big one there. Mastakawa, thank you so much for the 2. HR hired these bad workers that needed laying off. So to wrap up the conversation, I asked about any influence investors like Tencent may have, to which he clarified that Tencent is a silent investor and seems to let them make their own choices. Tencent owns a minority non-controlling share, so they wouldn't have much power even if they tried. Geez, you ask a lot of questions, smiley face. Sorry, man. Tencent is a pretty silent investor, at least with us, and they generally have a philosophy to trust the entrepreneurs that built the company. We have no other investors outside of the original founder and a CEO and chairman. CEO chairman being the same person. And Tencent own a minority non-controlling share, so they have little operational control, even if they tried to exercise it. And then down here, I just recap it, and I said thank you, which I kept doing. This conversation took place, of course, in public. There's links to it. Hi-REZ Studios announced an undisclosed number of layoffs during its MOBA sequel development, Smite 2, on October 1st. They started their alpha testing through Steam in August and are hopeful for a 2025 release. So this was so much fun to put together. I really like this. I don't know how, obviously this didn't do very well numbers wise the way that I wanted it to, because the big reason why I don't give a shit about numbers usually, but when I manage to get corrected and have a conversation with somebody in a high-ranking position, I want this to fucking go. Not my little tirade. I want this to go. I want people to see other people's words. I think that it should be, blown up and put out there, because there's so much information there, and there's so much sentiment and so much insights, even though it doesn't seem like it. There's a lot to dissect that I think is really, really cool. Be askin's the questions. I know. They don't call her professional question asker for nothing, Mr. Stewart. It's very true. It's what I do. Hi-REZ is a right-wing rapper. Seriously? Is there one? Because that sounds like it could be true. Oh, man. Congratulations for putting eyes on crap translations in the news cycle. That, too, which don't worry, we'll get to that next. But yeah, so this is this was so fascinating. I really appreciated the time that he took with me. So if you can go to my articles and just give this a little retweet if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it. I don't typically ever ask for anything, but stuff like this, I think it's more important than any of my words, so that way people can draw their own conclusions. It's also why I write the way that I do. I literally just try to surmise what someone says, but I always provide the full context of it, because it's not my job to interpret someone's words. It's not even my job to do anything. I just like to do it. Bro Science has started. You should challenge Beardo in his chat. I challenge him all the time. I don't need to constantly challenge him. It's okay. I think it's a funny thing though. I like our little goofy thing. One day he'll fight me. One day. But yeah. So very cool. I'd also give him a follow. I'm interested to see. I followed him. I'm interested to see like what happens and where shit goes. We got some other stuff to talk about. Oh boy. We've got some other stuff to talk about. Let's jump into that Park Place. So they actually put out a little article kind of condensing some of the asinine takes from losers who are for censorship. So I think that it would be kind of cool to go through this a little bit. That Park Place, of course, fantastic individuals. Letting us have all sorts of information to be able to put out there. So make sure you guys go follow them if you don't already. Chances are you most likely do. Hello, I'm doing okay. How are you? I hope Paladins will be fine and have a great future. I'm sure it will. Why does it have to be a fight? Couldn't you and Beardo have a ping pong match instead? It's still a fight. So I'm hyper competitive. I don't actually know if I'd win or lose. I'm just feeling confident based off of the fact that Beardo listed Shilmons, and it let me know his psychology and the way that he approaches Pokemon. He didn't realize that by listing off all Shilmon and specifically Dragon type, that he has a very particular way of battling, which is usually the very PvE of ways to battle. If he had listed off a more interesting, obscure Pokemon, I would have then known that he pays attention to moves and stats, but he doesn't do that. So that's my tisms, by the way. I can tell a lot about a person based off of their team. And so it's I mean, it's nothing like that just makes me more of a fucking loser, if anything, you know? Challenge him to squats. Oh, fun thing about squat challenges. Like I said, everything in life for me is a competition. So my husband, the other day, he challenges me. He's like, I bet I could do more squats than you, because now he's feeling a little cocky because he's running, and he equates the muscles of running to the muscles of being able to do squats. And I looked at him and I started to laugh, and he goes, let's go. Let's fucking do it. So he's like, let's see who can do 20 squats. And I just start laughing. I used to be able to do 100 in college, and that was like a bare minimum fucking warm up, right? So we start doing squats, and he's staring me dead in the eye, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, dude, your form's fucking shit. You're bending your back too much. Your knees are going over your feet. What's wrong with you? And so he corrects, and he's like, oh my God. And he barely makes it to 20. But then, of course, to prove a point, I go up to 40 just because I'm an asshole. Naturally, I'm in an endless amount of fucking pain the following day. But he says, hey, I bet I can do more squats than you today. He's like, I'm not even sore. I'm not even in pain. And I'm like, even in pain, I can do more than you. So once again, we start doing squats. I don't even bother counting at this point, and I start going faster than him. So he's like, okay, whatever. We're going to do this every day, and I'm going to beat you. And I'm like, good fucking luck. Last night, it was the same fucking thing. We're standing on opposite sides of the bed, and he looks at me, and I look at him, and I'm like, all right, dude, let's go. And it's the same thing. He still can't fucking beat me. And it feels so good. I'm in so much fucking pain. I cannot get up the stairs, but it feels so fucking good. Alfonso Oro, thank you so much for becoming a member. Whew. It's wild and crazy, dude. It's wild and crazy. The squats are the reason you're sicker than the Dragon Age characters. Dude, it's true. It's true. I got the squats for days. What a loving wife. Savvy establishing dominance. Look, he can do so much more than me in many other areas, but if he's going to challenge me to something that I know I'm fucking good at, I have to make sure that I destroy him. This is how I approach everything in life, and we can thank my father for that. He said, if you're gonna win, make sure that you fucking win and that they lose and never challenge you again. He said, aim for the nuts. There's no such thing as fucking rules. And I'm like, damn, okay. My little fucking 8-year-old brain playing tennis, aiming for the nuts of my fucking instructor at the time. And he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I have to take you out so you never play again. That didn't go over well. That was very funny. Justin Martins, thank you so much for the 5. I get where Beardo is coming from now. First thing I hear when I hopped on the stream was you disrespecting my name. I think I'm Team Beardo now. Oh, God. See, like I said, it's not enough for me to win. Others must lose. And you know what? I apologized. I said, I'm sorry for anyone named Justin. I had to make a point. When I make a point, I make my fucking point. I'm a terrible person. I don't try to say that I'm morally good. No, I'm a terrible person. Sometime when you are not absolutely cooking in your war against DEI corpo religion, can you talk about your love for Command and Conquer for us? It seems to go unappreciated. Oh my God, I would love to sit here and go on about Tiberian Sun. I still remember all of the... I'm going to paint a picture for y'all. It was fucking late 90s. I'm sitting there with the big monitor and the slightly bulbous screen, my feet up on the desk off to the side, the tan-colored keyboard in front of me, the funky ball mouse thing where you're fiddling with it, the speakers over here, the printers behind me, and coming from the speaker is motherfucking NSYNC. Bye, 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 while I'm in the middle of fucking destroying my enemies on the Tiberian Sun. And then when fucking Red Alert came out and I played online, it was the most wonderful fucking thing. And Yuri's Revenge, going ham, always listening to NSYNC and then Backstreet Boys and then fucking Evanescence, and through the years, it just got edgier. And then one day, They done fucked up the game. And I was sad. Anyway, there's my passionate rant. Master Gowan, thank you so much for the 2s. Happy aims for the nuts when playing darts. Oh, yes, I do. I actually did once. Not smart. EA happened. Yeah. Those whips on the speaker. Yes. Rio, thank you for the $1. Tiberian Sun sucked. Get the fuck out of my chat. I'm just kidding. You're allowed to have your opinions even if they're wrong. This is an important point. In an internet fight, it's not always who is right, but who has the most autistics available. Yes. I'll be right at some point. All right. Yuji Horii, the creator of Dragon Quest, is being maligned as a Nazi and a chud for questioning gender ideology being forced upon Dragon Quest. So this was the original video. I'm not going to go through and read the whole thing. You guys are obviously familiar to it. He should have some screenshots here. Here we go. Yukio, Frosted Yukio, says, Yuji Horii going Nazi was not on my bingo sheet. This is for stating that America is imposing regulations on them and telling them what to create. This person is a waste of oxygen. The most they will ever benefit to society is the carbon they leave behind and the nutrients that will one day go into the soil. Crazy. Louis C., thank you so much for the 5. Your husband is challenging you to squat off so that his wife will have a juicier glutes for his enjoyment. 4D chest move. It's true. And you know what? If he's thought that far ahead to do it that way, then fuck yeah, man. Sometimes though, he just gets those happy Bob Ross accidents. Here we have, what in the blue blazes are you on about? Pretty much welcoming culture war tourists who tend to be Yahtzees. Again, this is for the creator of Dragon Quest and a former editor-in-chief for Shonen Jump talking about the regulations being forced upon Japan by the white man. That's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Wrong hole for the 2. This is what it looks like, lol. It's a picture of Tim Walz doing the face. And, yeah. I don't use StreamYards to stream, by the way. I do everything through OBS, so I can't just pull that up the way that others do with all of the fancy animations. I'm sure there's a way to program all of that stuff in OBS, but I'm a traditionalist, all right? I'm going to throw shit onto a screen over here and hope for the best instead of have a program do it for me, which I guess is still a program doing shit for me. Shut up. Nobody asked. In another post he added, it was censored because of Zero, and that's been consistent for over a decade. The type A, type B stuff is not censorship. Yes, it is, you fucking raging goddamn gamer word. When they tell you it's coming from America and not Zero, you need to shut the fuck up. Interestingly, the user would later admit that they didn't watch the interview. It's the same design they've been using since 2012, only with yellow clothing instead of black. No, I haven't watched the video. I haven't had the time. It's 2 fucking minutes. These people are dumb. They are the lowest common denominator. They collectively lower the IQ of society. And this is who should be pointed and laughed at. Nobody should listen to them. Nobody should give them their time of day. They should point and laugh. Shame, make shame great again. Massive, bitch. He wrote, to be fair, I don't think creatives should have to do something they don't want to do because of outside forces telling them to do so. And just slapping body type A/B labels on what was obviously designed to be male-female is one of the most annoying performative things I've ever seen. And then there's basically Reddit posts. No surprise, people associated with Toriyama would be this chuddy. I want to say things that will absolutely get my YouTube channel taken away. Every time I see something new from the dinosaurs in charge of Dragon Quest, I get happy that I don't like Dragon Quest. Every time I see something from people that I don't like about a thing I don't like, I'm happy that I don't like it. And yet they are on a board dedicated to discussing this. They spend their time hating something instead of spending their time loving something. This is who shit's changing for. This is who shit's changing for, by the way. That's insane. It's fucking insane. Anyway, I'll link, here's the article for chat. Go give them your views and your love, because holy shit, I hate these people. I try not to use these words and have strong language and things like that, but damn do I fucking hate, like, there's no greater waste of space than somebody championing censorship and then telling creators who are lamenting about the censorship to shut up and that they're dinosaurs and that they're stupid and conservative and blah, blah, blah. What? I remember when I was 20 years old being labeled a liberal hippie because I said, fuck the establishment, fuck your rules, fuck your censorship. Where did it all go wrong? My views haven't changed. Fuck the establishment who causes this censorship. Why are they championing the establishment? Why are they doing this? I am still a left-leaning hippie. I'm a left-leaning hippie. I was made fun of for this. I remember when it was fucking hippie liberal behavior to grow your own food, to not trust vaccines, to go for the fucking natural healing and eat good and question things, ask questions. I went to college because asking questions was part of the fucking liberal message, but it was all a lie. It was all a lie. Left to center is now far right. I get labeled on both sides of things, but I get labeled more by jackasses who are supposed to be left-leaning than I do any right-leaning person. Usually, if I get labeled by a right-leaning person, it's because of a misunderstanding. When it's coming from a left-leaning individual, it's intentional. Holy fuck. Question everything until we're in power. Exactly. The cake is a fucking lie. It's insane. It's dumb. It's fucking crazy. It is crazy. And this is a really good point. This is not a bad take. I'm bringing this one up because it's a good fucking point. A point here that woke and anti-woke are brushing aside is that many of these creative restrictions are also happening because Square Enix has to abide by whatever the strictest regulations in any nation are that they sell to. That's what they say, though. That is what they say. Like, we can talk about this, but at the end of the day, and I hate these fucking words, the regulation coming from governments is coming from left-leaning individuals, which many on Twitter attribute to that word. I personally don't use it because it doesn't mean anything. These people who are pro-censorship, who are the ones in power, are causing this. We should have less regulation. We should have less restrictions on our fiction. But instead, we have so much more. We have more regulation on fiction now than we did fucking 20 years ago. And it's disgusting. It make me vomit in my mouth. Big sick fuck. This person today, this motherfucking dumb fucking waste of space today. Just wait until you tell these people that translation doesn't equal localization and their brains might actually explode right out of their skulls. Hot damn, that's the most boring direct translation I've ever read. Thank fuck for localization that brings life to characters, Lamau. Nobody buys anything because something was altered. They buy the thing because of the original content, you uneducated, single-celled organism. Create something of your own and see if it gets fucking exported anywhere. See if anybody wants to license your IP to bring it to another country. Oh, you won't even be able to sell jack shit in your own country because nobody's gonna show up for whatever fucking derelict bullshit you put out into the world. You fucking rotten fence post. Zachary Schmidt, thank you for the $4.99. Savvy, love your ADHD. Us crows love shiny things. That we do. Ha! Don't insult the souls. I can't help it. If you turn off subtitles and had basic knowledge of Japanese with Japanese subtitles, they would be doing the translation in their head. It makes no sense. I don't know, man. It's fucking crazy. Mark Reality, thank you so much for the 10. The neo-left isn't in favor of racial sexual minorities either. It's very true. They only want to speak for these groups so they can shove them in the face of normies in order to create dissension. It's very fucking true. All of this is fucking intentional. It is all intentional. They don't just localize, they recontextualize. Exactly. It is the truth of the matter. How much I want to read the story, how much I want to read the story from the original authors instead of Victorian or Shakespeare translations. Unicorn Overlord was a victim of it. It's fucking insane, man. Think this person has a YouTube account, if I recall? Ah, fuck, hang on. Let me see what the fuck is in their link tree. YouTube. Let's go see what they fucking create. If you laugh, you lose, number 86 with 5.3 thousand views.
Welcome everybody to this week's You Laugh, You Lose. Look at this. We have our official Ambi.
I still can't wash away the disappointment in my mouth. Let's move on. The union boss behind the port strikes is a sprawling mansion in New Jersey. I just thought that that was an interesting thing to share that I'd like to get more eyes on. Funny how that always works out, huh? Not yet. Funny how that always works out. That's all I really got. That's honestly, chat. It's been an hour. That's all I got today. Holy shit. Jason Yankovic, thank you so much for the 10. Going to need something stronger than water after that. Also, what is the next game to hate play? We don't hate play here. We research. We do research here. Holy shit, my bun has just collapsed. It is not even trying anymore. I don't know. I was gifted a bunch of games that actually look really fucking interesting that I would love to play. But if I'm being perfectly honest with you guys, I haven't even opened Steam in a while. Hang on. Library. So if you guys have been sending me more stuff. Oh god, I do. Your account has an alert? Wait, what? Wait, what? Why? Oh fuck, where'd it go? Hang on. Support, we have an update. Oh, we have updated. Wait, we have updated the Steam subscriber agreement. This update Steam subscriber agreement will become effective immediately when you accept it, including by agreeing the updated Steam subscriber. The update will become effective unless you delete or discontinue your use of Steam. What is that? What does that mean? Everyone has to agree to not sue them. Yeah, but I don't pay a subscription, so what do they mean by a Steam subscriber agreement? Between you and Valve, the updated dispute revolves in Section 10 are required to claim all dispute. What? I don't understand that. I don't fucking know what the fuck that is. Yeah, see, this is how often I open things. Holy shit, we've got some fucking mad lads going on here. Mastigawa, thank you so much for the 5. Have these people battle the Buddhists over their manji symbol. You aren't free love enough to be a hippie. Too many drugs is why hippies failed. Isn't that true? Very true. Man Master Porky, thank you so much for the 5. Oh no, I dropped my monies. You can hold on to it, I guess. Yeah. Arigato. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry you dropped it onto the internet. What's happening to my hair? It's just kind of sticking around everywhere. And Alpha Omega, thank you so much for renewing your membership. I firmly believe that localizers are using the fact that Japanese devs are used to the right of censorship and their advantage to get their censorship. So it's a two-part thing. What happens when things come over here is they're licensing it, and Japanese companies don't really they're not involved in the process after. If the American company was good, they would go back and ask the original Japanese creators if they have any questions, but they don't speak Japanese. They're just kind of Google translating things and then, just filling in whatever the fuck they want. HP Lovecraft's Cat, thank you so much for the squiggly too. Tip for your battling the pro-censorship heathens. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. It means so much. Yeah, no, it's very, very stupid. What other things? Hang on. Oh, we have a comment. Oh God, we've received, yep. Okay. What? I've received the wanking simulator, the best wanking experience known to mankind from the comfort of your home. Visit Gay Bay and deliver some delightful changes to the town's community. Thanks. You guys gift me the weirdest shit. I swear to God. Holy shit. My not recommended Dustborn review has 2,041 people found this review helpful and 118 found it funny. And the most recent comment is, normally when you have horrible protagonists, they have redeeming qualities. Not in this game. Also, goddamn repeating dialogue did my head in. Oh, this person also played it. Or maybe they watched the playthrough. It would get interrupted by the most minor of things starting again. GTA 5 did this to a lesser degree. That is true. I remember that. Oh, man. Wow, there are actually a lot of comments. I feel like Jeremy would enjoy that one. Probably. Breaking. Widespread outage reported for Bank of America. Let's go look. Is that why Bank of America is trending on Twitter? Let's go find out. I'm not gonna obviously. Holy shit! I'm glad I didn't show it. Motherfuckers, when they see their Bank of America balances are at $0 right now. Broke motherfuckers checking their Bank of America accounts and seeing if there's a difference. Okay, it's all memes. Bank of America outage. Breaking news. The Bank of America outage leaves thousands locked out of accounts amid Basel III transition. Thousands of Bank of America customers are reporting widespread outages. This is why cash is still important. This is also why cryptocurrency is a better alternative to digital currency than this. A network isn't going to have an outage like this. They can have moments of lowness, but they're not going to display people's shit as zero. Scooby Doosh, thank you for the Canadian 5. Localization is useless. I know of other cultures now because of the internet. I want their culture in the media they create. Exactly. Fuck localization. It's censorship. And Gukyom, that's not how you say your name at all. Thank you for the squiggly 5. You don't buy games on Steam, you purchase access. Hence why the user agreement refers to it as a subscription and not a purchase. Ooh, I can't wait to see what this actually does. I hope people don't give into it, and I hope that they start asking questions on why the fuck don't I own this. Ooh. Ooh. So let's see here. Hold on. Basel 3 Endgame, the final push for banking stability. The Federal Reserve just dropped some serious news. Starting October 1st, large banks must meet new individual capital requirements. These requirements are all about making sure banks have enough liquidity to weather financial storms. But there's more to this story, and it's all tied to the Basel III and the Bank for International Settlements, or BIS. Basel III Endgame is a global regulatory framework that aims to strengthen bank capital requirements, ensuring banks have enough high-quality capital, like cash and government bonds, to cover potential losses. The BIS, the Central Bank of Central Banks, has been guiding this framework, making sure banks worldwide meet minimum liquidity standards. Why? To prevent another 2008 financial crisis. But here's the kicker. If banks fall short of these capital requirements, they face automatic restrictions on dividends and bonus payments, and worse, could trigger a loss of confidence, leading to a potential bank run. The Fed's latest move is part of this broader push to ensure stability. Each bank's capital requirement is based on rigorous stress tests, considering everything from economic downturns to operational risks. But what happens if a bank doesn't have enough liquidity? We could see panic, withdrawals, and potentially a domino effect that hits the entire financial system. As we edge closer to the Basel III endgame, the stakes are higher than ever. Understanding these changes isn't just for bankers, it's crucial for anyone invested in financial future. Know what you hold. And there's no community note on this post. I believe the Steam user agreement now requires Steam to disclose when you are buying, you're merely licensing it. Okay, that makes sense. And this is all coming from the Federal Reserve announces financial individual requirements from larger banks effective on October 1st. They tell us in the movies, Basel III Endgame, it's time to assemble. Basel IV, the Basel Community for the Banking Standards, began implementing Basel IV, also known as Basel 3.1, on January 1st, 2023. The reforms are intended to take 5 years to fully implement and will change how banks calculate regulatory capital and treat risk weightement. This is why crypto is fucking king, dude. Cash and crypto. It's the only fucking way forward. That's fascinating. So, just for giggles, let's go. Bank of America censorship request. Well, let's take a little look at an article that was written this year. Let's take a little fucking look-see at this, shall we? Shall we take a little look-see? Standing up to big bank censorship campaign, no American should have to worry that they could lose their bank account or have a payment declined because of their religious or political beliefs. If you've ever had your credit card declined while trying to make a purchase, you know the anxiety it provokes. Can you imagine discovering it was canceled because you criticized the government on Facebook? Or finding out that your bank closed your account because of your Christian beliefs? These situations may sound like they're from George Orwell's 1984, but they're happening today. While Big Brother has a stranglehold on citizens of Oceania, big banks and big tech pose similar threats to our freedom in America, and our government is involved. On March 7th, 2024, ADF testified about the grave threat to freedom financial targeting possesses at a hearing at the House Select Subcommittee on the weaponization of the federal government on deep banking and financial surveillance, bypassing the Constitution. The First Amendment safeguards our God-given right to live and speak according to our deeply held beliefs, and most state and federal government officials know that they'd get in trouble for directly censoring or punishing Americans for their speech. So instead, many are attempting to bypass the Constitution by outsourcing censorship to some of the most powerful corporations in the world. Over a period of months, the committee uncovered evidence that government officials from the White House, FBI, and other federal agencies partnered with private tech companies behind the scenes to remove or restrict content they didn't like, even when it contained accurate information. At the debanking hearing, the committee discussed how government censorship by proxy is also happening through powerful financial institutions. According to former JP Morgan Chase executive, banks engage in a practice called red dotting, which is in which employees flag customers based on their perceived reputational or social risk, which could include concerns over negative media or even social media posts. Banks will then close certain accounts, citing a vague policy like reputation risk or a prohibition on hate or intolerance without offering any form of appeal. Financial titans include Chase, Bank of America, PayPal, and Wells Fargo have all abused vague terms of service due to debank or cancel payment services for mainstream conservative or religious groups. Going a step further, this is the exact same fucking vague language that we saw with Tumblr, Patreon, and of course, Japanese businesses. As I've been talking about regularly now since the dawn of forever, I fucking hate Visa and MasterCard, but of course, I've long since been suspecting banks of doing the exact same thing. This is why it's difficult to tie things directly without somebody leaking fucking information. Ryan and Jeremy are 100% correct. Madam Savvy is a Fed. I am not. God damn it. But yeah, so these are just things we already knew. Debanking Row breaks out. Holy fuck, looks like you're using an ad blocker. We rely on advertising. Oh, okay. Debanking Rose breaks out after Bank of America shuts down account for ultra-conservative Christian charity that serves impoverished Ugandans. Bank of America vehemently denies the accusations, claiming religious beliefs are not a factor in any account closing. No, you guys just won't let people fucking buy the fiction that they want to buy, and then you request censorship because it has nothing to do with you. The organization, which claims to have had a banking relationship with BOFA since 2015, purports pro-life and anti-same-sex relationship values on its website. The term debanking hit headlines across the globe after UK politician Nigel, I can't read his last name, who pioneered the country's Brexit movement and was a close ally of former President Donald Trump, fell victim to the trend. Oh, I remember when that happened. So this is just more talking about censorship and linking everything back to the things that I've already talked about. Okay, I'm caught up on those things. I have Yuzu source. I didn't know Ryujinx was going to be taken down. Someone must have the source out there somewhere. Wait, what? Reminds me back in the day when they were threatening to use bank records to see if you bought guns. Yes, they want to track your purchases. Thanks for showing the article title again. What? Yes. My dog is wagging his tail in his sleep. That's so cute. So cute. If you don't know what that's from, you're probably not autistic. Rouge the Bat says, so cute. In the American version of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, when she's in the Chow Garden and she picks up the Chow. Actually, no, it's when she pets him. So you can get her to say, so cute. So cute. And that's all she repeats, and it's really cute. The sword is unbelievably dull. Ah, yes, you wanted both articles. Yes. So those are just more fucking things. The source code for the emulator projects. Maybe going after Ryu is kind of soft confirmation the Switch 2 will be compatible with Switch games. No, I think they're just trying to crack down on emulation in general, I think. Bye-bye. Yeah. I still have my Sonic Adventure 2, and I have it on Steam, actually, but playing it on keyboard is really lame. So, I DM'd you the article I was referencing earlier, the Epoch Times. Let's go take a little look-see. Oh my god. Oh, I'm getting multiple things. Oh no. Yes, the banking article I brought up in your chats. So this is just more of the outagings, which we've sort of already linked to their upgrade system. It's not just a random outing. The outage started at around 10:30, according to tracking on social media. Numerous of Bank of America users posted screenshots of their empty bank accounts. Well, they were probably already empty before too, though, to be fair. Meanwhile, some users have reported having a problem with Zelle. I didn't know that was owned by Bank of America. Of course it is, though. You can't just have something be an independent fucking company. It's not clear how many customers were impacted. Has not released details. Hi, we're sorry to tell you this, that you're experiencing problems. Last year, fellow banking giant Wells Fargo issued an alert on its website after customers reported not seeing their paychecks and direct deposits into their account. Yes. I thought Zelle was Chase. Zelle is owned by Early Warning Services, which is a joint venture between 7 of the largest banks. What? Zelle is owned by Early Warning Services LLC, which is a joint venture between 7 of the largest banks in the U.S. Bank of America, Capital One, J.P. Morgan Chase, PNC Bank, Truist, U.S. Bank, and Wells Fargo. Early Warning Services is a privately held financial technology company that owns mobile payment app Zelle. Seven major U.S. banks own Early Warning Services. No, wait. No, okay. We're good. We're good, chat. We're good. Sort of. Not really. So it's owned by them, but of course, it's owned by companies that are actively invested in by Blackstone and BlackRock. So it doesn't really matter, but I was looking for a more direct connection. Just quick look. Margaret Reality, thank you so much for the 5. Early Warning Services LLC. Oh, wow. That doesn't sound ominous at all. It sounds like it should be a division of NORAD. Looking for incoming nukes. Yeah, isn't that a weird one, huh? Early Warning Services LLC. Why does it have a .gov page? Assists financial institutions, check acceptance companies such as retail merchants, payment processors, and other financial entities in detecting and preventing fraud associated with bank accounts and payment transactions. Who decides that, though? What kind of fraud? What payment transactions? Preventing fraud associated. Early Warning is co-owned by Bank of America, J.P. Morgan Chase, blah, 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 blah. Why? Partners with more than 2,500 banks and credit unions to increase access to financial services and products. Wait, what the fuck? What is this? FDIC bid to strip BlackRock and Vanguard of superpower has legs, and reckoning may start with curbs on self-certification of passive index funds. This was released in April 2024. What is this? BlackRock and Vanguard are dominant U.S. asset managers because passive investing is a scale game, and they have had the power to self-certify as passive investment managers. But the Federal Deposit Insurance Corp, the FDIC, will meet today on April 25th and possibly begin debate on tightening regulation of indexing firms that acquire over 10% of any domestic banking stock. This is why they dumped a bunch of shit and diversified. This is why they keep the percents low. For now, Vanguard and BlackRock and maybe State Street Global Advisors could be hit by some limits on self-certification, making it a gut-checking moment for them. But the FDIC, this only refers to banks, though. I don't think this is going to refer to other companies, but they might have prematurely adjusted If I'm not mistaken, though, Vanguard still has more than 10% holds in multiple companies. Where's Savvy's Final Fantasy VII fan art? What do you want to find that for? What do you want to see my Final Fantasy art for? I didn't draw Reno in compromising positions. Okay, I'm pulling my money out of the bank. I won't be traveling with it because the cops will try to steal it, but still, this is nutty shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm reading. But the FDIC also offers a rare glimmer of light for 598 other ETF issuers and several hundred mutual fund companies that operate at big scale disadvantages. My aim here is to put an end to self-certification. My plan is to have a vote at the next board meeting. And I have to put that on the proposed agenda. Former U.S. Senate Banking Committee lawyer Jonathan McKeeman, a Republican appointee to the FDIC, told the Wall Street Journal earlier this month. I have had good discussions with other members of the board and both parties at high level on the issue. Vanguard seeks to track the market and keep expenses low in the interest of generating strong long-term returns for our investors. Vanguard leaves management decisions to the underlying companies in the index and policy decisions to policymakers, he says. That's bullshit. If anything, Vanguard is desperate for clarity. Vanguard wants to run its index funds without regulatory interference or risk. Well, you're kind of being assholes. BlackRock, SSGA, and the FDIC did not respond to a request for comment. This one has some legs. I don't think it's just going to go away. This is Holloway, who is now president and manager of Integra Capital Management, a private equity firm, an asset manager in Vienna, Virginia. The regulators have always been extremely touchy over control. Funny that you fucking are concerned about that. And any entity exerting elements of control over a bank. Okay, I'm gonna hold comments. I'm gonna need to look into this. Where did it go? This happened back in April. Paranoia or the FDIC is tasked with monitoring and regulating the financial stability of U.S. bank. Damn, what the fuck is this? The amount of money Vanguard, BlackRock, except manage has changed dramatically in the last 15 years. It might have been easy to give Vanguard a free pass when it managed $1 trillion, but the firm now manages nearly 10 times that amount. Maybe there really is cause for concern here, and the regulators are just doing their job, he says. Spiro notes that Vanguard also remains in dialogue with the FDIC. We look forward to continuing our constructive dialogue with the FDIC to answer questions about Vanguard's proven long-term investment approach. The fuck did I just stumble on? The rabbit hole never ends for me. I am Alice, constantly falling down the hole. You're aware of Operation Choke Point, right? Why do I know what that is? I know these words, but I don't. Give me the lowdown. I'm really bad at name titles and things like that. Give me the skinny. Dude, rip me indeed. Tinfoil sombrero. Yeah, at this point it's fucking... Whew. Margariality, thank you so much for the 5. Word salad, because they have to tell you what's going on, but they don't want you to know what's going on. And that is the truth. Yeah, this is getting really weird. Pay us Vanguard, basically. Wrap the whole house in tinfoil at this point. Yeah. Maybe just finds different holes to go down while still going down the bigger rabbit hole. It's just like I'm falling down a hole and then I see additional holes and I'm like, oh, I should come back and fall down those some more. It makes me just want to go to bed. This is why I feel like I never get anything done or I never make any progress, because you just keep falling. Even when I think that I've discovered something, I can't. There's just more to it. There's more going on. There's more shit. There's more fuckery to look into. There's more whatever. And that's why I don't have time to brush my hair every fucking day. They all connect. They do actually. Everything always leads back. This is why you just follow the fucking money. When you follow the money, you're gonna find the source eventually. They splinter off, but there's always a trail. And if my dumb fucking ass can find it, it might take a while, but if my dumb fucking ass can find it, other people are finding it too. So, yeah, but you could wash your hands though. I could, but I don't have time for that either, man. I don't have time. I don't have time for any of this shit. I gotta keep going down the hole. Stop putting holes in front of Savvy. Despite her comically sized boosh, she isn't a cartoon character. Yes, be very quiet. Savvy's hunting wabbits. I really am. You pissed off the wrong autist. You fucking companies. You fucked with this little autist's fucking yaoi and yuri and hentai. And now I'm coming for you all. I'm gonna go take my ass to the fucking White House, slam my dick on the desk, pour some gasoline on that dick, set it on fire and say, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna fucking do about all this goddamn censorship? And he's gonna look at me and go, hey, I want some ice cream. God damn it. Fuck. I don't know where I was going with that one. I really am. At this point, like, if I'm gonna be useless in every other element of my fucking life, I might as well do at least one good thing with my tisms, all right? I thought you were about to violate them with the flaming pee-pee. I might as well. Savvy, how many degenerate something fetishes did you just mention in that little rant? Look, I have a very open mind when it comes to my fiction and my degeneracy, all right? She's recreating Love, Joe Biden. Yes. Don't mess with the hentai, it's true. It's like fucking with Kirsch's soup. It really is. You don't fuck with a woman's soup, just like you don't fuck with a woman's goddamn fucking Fujo obsessions, all right? I am disturbing. Fujoshi and Himajoshi beware. Yeah, you fucking beware. Pixar didn't happen. Don't ever challenge me, chat. Don't ever fucking challenge me. It's called learning. You are in an extremely complex network. You have to learn everything first, and it feels like drowning, but one day you will have an understanding. Stay strong. That is actually the best way to put it. It is just part of learning. You can feel the same way about learning the basics of the human body. It's like one thing just keeps leading to another. You look at, fucking... It can take you an entire lifetime to learn all there is to know about the immune system. People dedicate their fucking lives to it. It's true. I don't even know what's happening to my hair over here. It's like trying to break free. Oh, man. We need to look at those books Savvy reads to see how far her degen goes. Don't look at my book collection. Nobody asked for that. How denying one weeb girl her Daojian ultimately led to World War III. It's not going to be World War III like a global scale. That's for the Middle East and America to deal with, all right? It's going to be... It's like its own new type of war. I mean, you seem passionate. I am a very passionate person. I really am. I care so much about censorship because it's impacting things that I fucking love. And other people deserve to love things just as much as I do, and they shouldn't have to have their things changed. Thank you so much, Mark of Reality, for the 5. Everyone should get a financial dictionary and a legal dictionary to be able to sort out the word salad. It's true. Understanding these things, at least on a basic level, is super important. And it can take, 5 minutes a day to learn something new. Learn a new word. I used to have an English teacher who taught us, he gave us a word of a day, essentially. He made sure that everybody learned a new word, and I fucking loved him for it. Oh my God. That man, he was crazy in a way, but he was passionate, and he got me to really love exploring the English language. And oh man, dude, I actually have him on Facebook, and every so often we say hello. Same thing with a chemistry teacher of mine. They were such huge impacts in my life. The hot history teacher that I wanted to hook up with when I was younger, of course, did not bother him. Married man, respected that once I turned 18. Respected it. We respect, all right? We respect our history teachers. I can see it now, Savvy, with a whip orange socks and a mask, running around a city, smacking yaoi graffiti on things, and then yelling yoinks and run away. Do they know about your interests? What, my teachers? So my English teacher, he would have caught on in a way, because he was the most nosy when he would walk around. So when I would sit in the back of a class and I would be drawing, he would go, "Really, you're gonna do that right now?" And then I just look up at him and I'm like, "I got an A on the last thing, man. I'm good. I'm good. Like, you're not concerned about my grade. You know I'm doing good." And he's like, "Stay after class." And then I would spend time after class and we would talk about more advanced subjects. I loved, dude, I just want to go back and just experience my life over. Like, I really hope that when we die, that's what happens. Like, I want to experience it beat for beat again, even the fucked up choices. I want to go back and I want to experience it again, and I want to just reappreciate it, because in the moment, I didn't appreciate it the way that I do now. And looking back on it, those were some of my most like fond fucking memories of being in high school. It wasn't just skipping class with a friend, or, you know, getting to nap in class, or bringing, you know, having my teacher call me while I'm at a bookstore and then him asking for a fucking chai latte because I accidentally got him hooked on it. And then like no one in class could figure out a fucking question. So he'd call me up knowing that I'm skipping, and then he'd have me solve the equation. He's like, "Okay, cool. See you later. Bring me my chai latte." And I'm like, damn, man, such a cool fucking time. And I'd be out there and we would be in the manga section of the bookstore. And that's where and my teachers knew that too. They knew I wasn't off partying or doing degenerate fuck shit that other teenagers would do. It was literally, I was always at the fucking bookstore reading my fucking manga. I couldn't afford to buy a whole lot of it, but I would just go sit and read, and just, I miss that shit, man. Thank you so much, Ian Seforth, for gifting 10 memberships. Everybody, please say thank you and say yay! Happy emotes! This is how the Professor Complex started? No, the Professor Complex started with Professor Oak. I'm not even kidding you. In Fujo land, we like to call ourselves certain things, and generally people kind of stick in one category. I'm one of those rare ones that go all across the board, where I genuinely love like everything. So like when you like a crazy professor or a younger professor, well, when you like the older ones, you're called an old man fucker. So that's a thing. Really, Professor Oak, dude, my bar for appreciation and obsession over things is so fucking low. So low. I love, dude, Samson Oak's a fucking cutie. Hell yeah. Imagine being stuck between two oaks. That's life. But the same thing can apply to female characters. My bar of enjoying female characters very fucking low. Very fucking low. There's literally minimal dialogue characters who I'm like, fuck yeah. Valerie being one of them. I love her. She's great. Professor Oak had something going on with Ash's mother. It's always been sus. Yeah, I agree. You started with Professor Oak, and now you're hooked on Professor Trudeau. Hey, Professor Oak was the bomb. He was. Officer Jenny, also great. But ice cream. Look, man, old fictional men need love too. Old real men need love too, but like you guys are gonna misinterpret that. You know, you're gonna think some weird shit. Ash's mom is absolutely fucking sexy. Have you read Nana to Kaoru? I have not. Actually, on the back of Wistoria, I bought the manga. Just I have already read it all online, but I'm buying the manga now just to be able to support the creator. They have advertisements for other stuff, and there were a couple of romance ones that I was sort of interested in. Mastagawa, thank you so much for the 5. Who lit Savvy's tampon on fire? I don't know, but I love it. Her passionate battle against the system is something to admire. Thanks for burning bright. I hate the analogy, but I appreciate the sentiment. I think it's really creative, though. And I encourage creativity and originality, no matter how weird. No, I'm just kidding. That's actually great. I almost jumped fucking tisms, dude. I gotta learn. So sometimes I genuinely have no filter, and I have to remember that there are just some things that really don't need to be said online. So I'm gonna withhold some of my commentary, unless somebody really wants to know. But if I'm going to admit to certain things, you're going to have to really bribe me. You have to really want to know, though. Anyway. No, I do censor myself a little bit, if only just because certain things just don't feel appropriate. I'll talk about fucking Professor Oak all day, but I do have a line sometimes. Oh my God. The sappy fake smile with the evil eyes is quite the sight. Yes. Market for Reality, thank you so much for the 5. I'm an old man, and I always think of weird shit. Look at the weird arse stuff I bring up in your chat. We're all weird. I mean, yeah, exactly. Like, everybody's... I don't know, man. Like, I really appreciate that, like, it doesn't fucking... Nothing... Age doesn't matter. All right? Like, people who say, like, oh, video games are for kids. Like, shut the fuck up. Anime's for kids. Shut the fuck up. When I'm fucking 100 years old, if I make it that far... Who knows? Too scared to die. Somehow resilient. Too stubborn to die. You know, I'm still gonna be into the same fucking shit. It's never gonna change, and I'm really glad that that's changing. At the same time, though, sometimes the people that's changing for is maybe not the best thing, because they're like they don't know how to distinguish reality and fiction, which is why we're where we're at. So fuck. You know, like, just be normal about your obsessions. Come on. Don't demand censorship of other people just because you like weird shit. Fuck. Tanga, thank you so much for the 499. Who's the character you have for your notifications for when someone super chats? I feel like I know who, but it is who it is, but it could be wrong. When you say like the notification sound effect, like the whip sound effect and the or, because I know with the memberships, I don't even know what pops up. What are you talking about should the 19th be repealed? Kamala Harris makes a great fucking argument for it, and so do all of the localizers. There's a lot of women, actually, who make a really great fucking argument on why the 19th Amendment should be repealed. In fact, I will go a step fucking further. I loved the concept of life before the 19th Amendment fucking happened. And do you know why? Because most women were fucking treated actually pretty fucking decently. They had a good thing going. But now we have to go to college and get a goddamn fucking education to be part of the fucking system to make somebody else fucking money. And then if we do manage to get ahead, then the government's gonna turn around and try to tax all of our fucking gains. There's a fucking thing, there's a new sound clip or thing put out by Kamala and fucking Walls saying, oh, we want the middle class to excel. No, the fuck you don't. The minute the fucking middle and lower class started making money off of crypto, the first fucking thing you dumb bitches goddamn did was retroactively tax that shit, which fucked me, by the way. I got fucked because I was honest on my fucking taxes. I'm still fucked. I am actually really fucked. I don't talk about this a whole lot because I made a big fat fucking mistake. It's not just the fucking first time mistake that I ever made when I lost my account with all my Dogecoin that would have made me fucking $350,000 fucking dollars. It's not that mistake. It's not the second mistake when I allowed somebody else to give me fucking advice on something when I knew that I was right to pull out $80,000 that I made off of a $1.50 basically, and then fucking lost that, which I'm still trying to get back, which is never happening. Now it's fucking worthless. It's not even my third fucking mistake of, again, losing a wallet that had a shit ton of fucking other Dogecoin in it that would have made me an additional $120,000. No, it was the mistake of being honest on my fucking gains because the tax systems were retroactively fucking changed to apply to shit because people started making too much money and the government's like, well, it's a fucking thing, you gotta fucking get taxed now. Fuck you. Fuck everything. Fuck this. Fuck being told that I have to participate in society. Put a baby in me and I'll make your fucking sandwiches all day if it means I get to sit here and do fuck all. I don't even know where that rant was going. Holy shit, I'm angry. Ah! I don't know what's happening. If you want to know why salaries haven't increased at the previous rate, why would they have the workforce doubled? Yeah, exactly. How much, dude? I could have been fucking set. All I need is $3 million to literally fuck off for the rest of my fucking life and never worry about money. I have that shit budgeted for myself, my husband, and it would account for 2 children. We would sell the home, we would travel, and that's fucking it. We would have no home, raise the kid traveling. I'd homeschool them because I'm actually a decent fucking educator, because I know a bunch of different shit. And then they have so many resources for that. They'd get to see the world. We'd fucking raise them multilingual. They would be learning English, German, Polish, and then fucking Japanese as I continue my education in it. And it's like, fuck, dude, that's all I need. That's literally my only life goal. Then I will literally just fucking release art and stories under various pen names. I will never link anything back to myself. I don't care if it sells well. I don't give a fuck about making money. $3 million, and then I can fuck off. And that's it. That is it. That is all I want. That is all it would take to be happy. Ah. Gen 6 of Pokemon, though, has a brilliant fucking little line in there. There is kind of an alternative thing that you can find. You interact with Professor Sycamore, and after a battle, he says that he's left something for you. Well, if you go up the stairs and off to the right, you can find a letter that Sycamore wrote to himself. It's a letter from when he was younger to his older self, and he's basically expressing, did you become the man that you wanted to be? Did you achieve your goals? And if you've ever done something like that, it'll absolutely bring a tear to your eyes, because it will bring back all of the memories of what you pictured your life would be like as a child, which will always be vastly different from what actually happens. And that has always stuck with me. So in a sense, my whole rant right now is actually tied to something like that, because when I think about the person who I wanted to become, I wasted my 20s on all that. But at the end of the day, where I'm at right now, I'm pretty happy with what I wanted out of life. I haven't achieved any of the things that I've wanted to, but I also can't deny the fact that it takes a long time to become good at art, to be able to competently tell a lot of stories. But also, good is subjective. So maybe little me would have been inspired by who I am right now. It's hard to say. But given my personality, nothing's ever good enough, and I'm always going to push myself in that regard. Wow, we just, whoa, what just happened? Holy shit. Mustagawa, thank you for the 5. I'd repeal women's voting rights. Honestly, it's fucking same. It's for their own good. They choose poorly and vote wrongly. Also, we need burning bush emotes because it's biblical. Well, I would do a burning bush because chat wants to light the bush on fire for whatever reason, not for the biblical reference. And then I don't want people to get upset because I have a biblical related emote with the fear of thinking I'm mocking it. So like this is not my intent, but also it's not, I don't know. It's a weird thing. All right, we don't need to burn bushes. Hug a tree. Don't burn the tree. There we go. I'm Professor Calamitous with Pokemon games. I never finished them. Just like how I'm not going to read the rest of your sentences. How do you disrespect Pokemon like that? Savvy needs to make a dating sim. I would love to play it. I've thought about it. That would be a really fucking weird dating... Look. I can't make a dating sim. Here's why. I'm not going to explain it, actually. But a burning city is okay. Yeah, I like to avoid those two. Gen 6 was the last of the good Pokemon games. Well, Gen 7, even for all the hand-holding bullshit, it picked up. Once you get past the hand-holding bullshit, I thought she was just going to end stream right there. It would have been a good place to end it, huh? When I was a kid, I learned about them adding 150 more Pokemon. And I was like, this is a scam. Oh, you hated Gen 7? You hated it because fuck Lily, how you eventually learn to love, and the hand-holding. You don't hate it because of Lusamine. You don't hate it because of Guzma. You don't hate it because of Professor Kukui. You don't hate it because of island aesthetics. You don't hate the music. That's for fucking sure. Oh man, the fucking music. I'll sit here and listen to it all day. All day. The hand-holding starting in Gen 5, and I haven't forgiven them for it. Yeah, and you know why they do that for America? Because Americans are fucking stupid, apparently. Hey, Savvy, those DJing games on Steam do reasonably well. It's, well, the issue is there's DGen games, and then there's the stories that I like to tell. I hate happy relationships in fiction. There's a reason why I liked Kylo Ren and Hux together, and it wasn't because it was fucking cute. There's a reason why my D&D character is a half orc, half elf. There's a reason why I like Lysander. And it's not because he's got a gentle and tender hand. There's a reason why I like Guzma. It's because he threatens to slap me every time I load up Pokemon Masters X. Yep. But I just like conflict. Conflict is sexy. Sometimes I do a little too much conflict. Gen 5 is the worst gen? No. I don't really have like a worst gen. I think that each generation has a unique set of problems that needs to be dissected differently. Do we need to get the stick, Savvy? I think you need a full-on flamethrower. Gen 8 was lacking, but there are things that you can appreciate through dialogue that tell a broader story if you care about NPCs. Leon comes off shallow, but there's a reason for it. And once you look at some of the dialogue, it's really fascinating. So there's a point where you can talk to somebody and they talk about the replica cape that he has, the cloak, the sponsorship cape thing. But the person who you talk to says that people who buy it say that they can't even wear it because it's so heavy. That's an allegory for basically who he has to be and the weight of Galar on his shoulders. And I think that kind of depth for a dude who wanted to do something because he genuinely loved it, even though he was really bad at it and he wanted to become the best at it. He never asked to be a superstar. He just wanted to be good at battling. I genuinely think that his whole he gets lost thing isn't because he's just pants with fucking directions. It's because he doesn't actually like the spotlight. That's why he comes off so synthetic, because he's just playing a role, but he really just wants to be himself. And the anime kind of dives into that a little bit more when they expand and they're sitting on the hill, him and Ash, and he's talking about how being at the top is hard for him because he wants more challenges. He wants to be able to lose to give him something to work towards. And I think that that's kind of really beautiful. But they did a really bad job in the game at showing more of that. So they had to expand in the anime in 1, and then 2, rely on optional dialogue that a lot of people would probably miss. I'm so fucking autistic, I swear to God. Mastagawa, thank you for the 2. Conflict between men and women is best. Look at Metal Gear Solid 3. Yes, I agree. Regina Sharp, thank you so much for the 10. Lol, this always makes me feel so old. People talking their Pokemans and Digipals or whatever. I remember when anime was Speed Racer and Harmony Gold Robot Tech. Yeah. Monster Rancher would be another one. That one's older. Speed Racer, though. God damn, dude. That's one I haven't thought about in a while. Holy shit. That was some good shit. I hear you're a Fed. And that's why Beardo won't 1v1 you in Pokemon. And just say, stop resisting! Oh, man. But it's been 2 hours, chat. I think I've lamented enough about Pokemon. Jesus Christ. Savvy needs to make a dating sim on the Naruto x Sasuke relationship. Oh, Jesus Christ. Dude, Kakashi. That's my boy. Thank you for going the extra hour, Savvy. I got to finish mowing my lawn while listening. Ah, yay. Pokemon Bank? Yeah, Pokemon Bank. Be able to transfer your Pokemons all around. So when are you, Vera, and all the ladies playing Pokemon? We gotta get a group chat going for sure. Savvy really likes grapes. Lots and lots of grapes. Rough trade grapes. Fantasy species grapes. Don't hit me again, Daddy Grape. I can see why he wouldn't make a dating sim game. So there is a really beautiful type of grape that comes out of Japan. Let me see here if I can find what was the name of it. It is a large, glassy-looking grape. You guys can't see. Okay, good. You can't see my phone. Let me see. When I buy alcohol these days, it's because I just genuinely want to try it and not just, buying whatever's the cheapest of the cheap. Damn, I take a lot of fucking pictures. Holy shit. Okay, it shouldn't be that far back. Hang on. No, it is that far back. Ooh. Where you at? Where you at? It's sort of worth it. Oh, here we go. Okay. The Chateau Mercian Yamanashi Koshi. It's a type of wine made with a specific type of Japanese grape that is large, slightly pink, but mostly kind of glassy looking. And supposedly it's really good and really citrusy. And I want to try to find this bottle of alcohol to try because it's one of the few made with this type of grape. It's not your traditional wine grape. So I'm really curious to see how that would translate. But it's going to be cool. I'm still looking. Bringing a total new meaning to people like grapes. Yes, Blabs is in Japan, and I'm fucking envious. My husband has promised me, he promised me a few months ago, that within the next 365 days, he's now down to probably 300 days, we will be going to Japan. And I am doing my best to take care of all of my tax bills, so that way by the time we go, I can max out a credit card, buy several suitcases, and ship so many books to myself. Books, games, food, alcohol, everything. I'm gonna need like $20,000 when we go. And I'm not exaggerating. Dan keeps asking me about a website, Savvy. What's he talking about? Dan has a hunger for knowledge. Have you seen Alyssa Mercante's latest tweets? No. I don't keep up with anything she does. I don't care what she does. I think people who issue physical threats in a marketplace of ideas and information are lower than trash and don't deserve my real attention. I'll make commentary on like a Kotaku article. I don't pay attention who writes it, and if she happens to be the one who writes it, then fine, whatever. We'll have a dialogue. But in terms of like what she actually says, I don't give a shit. She's free to say and espouse whatever she wants. It's her own personal account. Do what you want. Blah blah blah. Don't give a shit. Tell game developers over there how awful. Oh my god, I would absolutely try to get some meetings too. I would absolutely try to do that. How can you enjoy a trip to Japan when you burn in the sun like a vampire? I have my ways of... I just realized that you guys are calling me a Fed because of this, aren't you? This is why we're confirming the Fed shit, because it says GovCloud. I kind of just realized that. Look, man, I got friends in places. How do you think I get some of my information? There's a lot of stuff that I don't talk about. There's a lot of shit that gets, that gets told to me that I just won't report on because I'm not a reporter. But this is from a friend. This is one of my friend's hoodies, so. She's on to us! Oh, fuck! What the hell is GovCloud? GovCloud is basically, they basically do like applications and tech shit for the government. It's kind of where I get some business information from, that kind of thing. Did you see the new victim of Western localization? Yeah. Yep. Can't spell friend without fed. But yeah, so DEI applications? No. Actually, some really cool shit. Cool shit that I kind of like. He's not. The couple of guys that I talked to, like, they're not on like a super secret contract or anything. They have clearances and shit, but I'm not too. I don't want to talk about necessarily what they work on, but it is some cool shit that has nothing to do with DEI. But they are phasing out like the DEI shit from their side of stuff. And I've talked about that before, and you can see that publicly. You can see that if you keep up with like Salesforce and shit like that, you can see where they're making adjustments. A person mentioned it on Geeks and Gamers stream today. Oh no. Oh look, Gen 6. We already talked about Gen 6. Yeah. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's call it there. Let's call it here, friends. It's been 2 hours and 8 minutes. I was originally only gonna do like a little 1 hour stream, but the conversation was good and it gave me an opportunity to just rant about shit and probably get clipped and being told that I'm anti-whammon because I support jokingly the repeal of the 19th Amendment, but also it's kind of like not a joke, but it is a joke. You know, it's like one of those like, haha, you can't tell if she's actually being serious, but then when you listen to the reasoning, you're like, oh, that's why. She just doesn't want to pay taxes. So, yeah. Yeah. Heel versus Babyface and Film Threat are both live streaming if you decide to send us all somewhere. I don't know how to do that. I finally allowed raiding, like incoming raids, but I don't know how to do that stuff. So you guys are just, you'll go, just wherever you go, spread your degeneracy. V has a vlog on it. Dude, I love V. V's fun people. What's bad is when a company like Nippon Ichi Software's own American branch is fucking with their own parent. Yeah. Bless you all, though, for catching me live. Thank you guys so. Not a reporter, but a journalist. Remember that jackass who called you a professional question asker? Guess what it's called? Yeah, and I don't even use that. I use Data Dumper. Because everything I do, I try to make sure that you can see it publicly, and I try to draw everything back to it. I'm not even really like, I don't call myself anything. I'm just an asshole in a basement who had their media fucked with, and now they're waging war on governments and fucking payment processors. Like, I don't give a fuck about anyone else. But yeah, I love you guys, and you're gonna have to listen to my Guzma song again because, if I could employ all of you for one thing and not pay any of you, when I go and bully Pokemon Masters, the account, when I go tell them to put Guzma in the lodge, please retweet that. Please make likes upon it. I think at this point it's not enough to just have followers anymore. By the way, the only reason why I'm even okay with amassing followers on Twitter is simply because if I get big enough, Pokemon Masters will fucking notice me and will listen to me at some point. When Guzma gets fucking put into the lodge, I know I will have nothing to do with it, but I will take full fucking credit and full responsibility and do a victory lap. I don't care if it wasn't me. I don't care if it was already planned a year ago in their pipeline. I'm going to take credit for it. So please, whenever you see me tweet about Guzma, go give it some love. God damn it. You should do voice acting? I wanted to, man, but they told me to suck some dick for it, and I wasn't about to stroke some fat fuck's balls. That's a great place to leave it. I don't want this song. Wait. I don't want this song. We're not going to listen to my usual one. Fuck. Ah, shit. Where's the file? This is so professional. I don't even care. Fucking goddamn it.
Hey, Pumas, please put Guzma in the lodge. I know he's a bit of a coconut head. Even by noon, he's still in bed. But he's a boy Guzma, and he's not sus at all. Put the coconut head in the lodge. Share a cup of hot chocolate with my boy. He's all island meat, no soy. Just wanna sit by the fire with my Guzma. Please don't break that. Look, I know he's not perfect. Never got that first place award. And when anyone talks, he's really bored. Maybe he's a little rude, but he's number one in my heart. Put the coconut head in the lodge. Share a cup of hot chocolate with my boy. He's all island meat, no soy. Just wanna sit by the fire with my Guzma. I'm being serious. Please don't break that. He's had a rough life. Not the biggest fan of golf or rules. He thinks friends make everyone fools. Cosmo's our rebel bleach blonde bug boy, but he makes such a good first impression. Put the coconut head in the watch, share a cup of hot chocolate with my boy. He's all island meat, no soy, just wanna sit by the fire with my Cosmo, I'm trying to help you out, but if you destroy the lodge, Cosmo, please!